good morning to you. Good morning, and how do you do? How do you do, dear students? Namaste, and welcome to today's English class of grade 4. Today we are in Unit 7 and dealing with reading I. That means second reading text of Unit 7. Entitled A Film Shoot. Have you ever been to the film shoot or shooting spots, or maybe to the studio? Have you ever seen the film being shoot? Maybe, right? You must have seen shooting somewhere, some places, or sometime in TV also shooting is shown, how film is shown, right? Or some of you might have been somewhere and there you might have seen film shoot. I also have such kind of experience. Okay, let me share my own experience of watching film shoot. It was a long time ago when I was a schoolgirl. So at that time, I remember that, yes, I was with my elder sister and we were going somewhere. Yeah, we were going to market. And nearby the market there was a big square, and there was shooting at that time, film shooting. Then a crowd of people were gathered there. There was a crowd. So we got really curious what was going on there. So we entered into the crowd and found that there was film shooting. As we could see cameras, big cameras, and then big aluminum plates. So something, the things, stands. So various equipments were there. And after some time, the shooting started. We were really curious what was going to happen. The shooting started. There was a hero and two villains. Actually, it was fighting scene. And then the villains started to beat the hero. Okay, the villain started to beat the hero, and the real fun was there when one man came and started to prevent the hero from the villains. Okay, because he did not know what was going on there. He did not know it was shooting. So unknowingly he was protecting the hero. After few minutes, then the director and other crew member of the film, they scolded the man. It was just shooting, not the real fight. When he was scolded for the first time, he did not get it. What was what was happening? Why he was being scolded to protect the person? Then later on, the crowd and other people all told him that it was a shooting and he should not have saved the hero. It was not the real fight. So it was such an incident that I couldn't forget. So as soon as I read the text, I could relate this incident with the incident I had in my past that I witnessed with my eyes. Now let's read the text, which is related to the incident I shared with you, similar to the incident that I shared with you. Let's discuss the picture given there and some pre-reading questions, and then we will go through the text. Are you ready? Okay, good. Okay, let's start. Look at the picture. Reading 2. Look at the following pictures and answer these questions. So observe this picture properly. What can you see over here? As we can see, this must be water, right? Water flowing, right? So water flowing, maybe river. river, or and then we can see a boat over here. Boat. A boy or man person is lying on the boat, sitting on the boat, sitting on the boat, and then another person is over here. Some bars are here. That means what it could be, maybe from the top, right? Top on the breeze or something like that. So this is what our observation of the picture that we can see clearly about this picture. Now let's go to questions. Number A. What do you think the weather is like? What do you think the weather is like? The weather must be fine, right? As the person is boating in the water, so weather must be good. That could be the guess, right? What is your guess? Maybe different than mine. Is it different? Maybe similar, right? Number B. Now let's go to number B. Are you ready? I hope you are ready. Number B. What do you think the boy in the boat doing? What do you think the boy in the boat doing? He was sitting and maybe operating the boat, right? Operating the boat. Sitting and operating the boat. We could see that. Now we are going to the text. Okay, reading text. We will read and explain and come to know what happened in the text. Let's start with this first paragraph. A film shoot. It was a cold winter's afternoon. Okay, we come to know about the weather now, right? We were asked the question in the beginning. Was your guess right? Could you guess correctly? How was the weather? So it was cold. Okay, the weather was cold because it was winter. And even afternoon time, that's why it was cold. It was a cold winter afternoon. Robert, name of a person, right? Robert stopped for a moment. Stop for a moment. What's the moment? Okay, let's see what's the moment mean. Moment is a short period of time. Short period of time is called moment. Pause for a while. For a moment. Pause for a moment. Short period of time as he crossed the bridge. Okay, our guess is right. He was in the bridge. He looked down at the river below. Another guess was also right. It is a river. Okay. He looked down at the river. There were not many boats on the river. How many boats were there in the picture? A single boat was there, right? Only one. There were not many boats on the river. But just below the bridge, there was a boat. There was a boat with a boy in it. We could see in the picture, we discussed the picture, right? Who was there? What was there? There was a boat. There was a boy in the boat in it. He was not wearing many clothes. Wasn't it wondering? He was not wearing many clothes. Why? It is cold winter and he was not wearing many clothes. That's why it's wondering. Isn't that? But he was not wearing many clothes. Robert noticed. He shivered and walked on. Shivered means to shake. Okay, shaking with cold. When you shake with cold, that is shivered. It was cold time, that's why he shivered. But he walked on. Robert walked on from there. He looked there and went. So what did you notice? Who stopped for a moment? Who stopped? Was it the boy in the boat? No. Who? It was Robert. Robert stopped for a moment. What was there on the river? What was there on the river? What could you see? A boy. Yes, a boy on a boat. A boat. There was a boat. On the boat, there was a boy. Okay. Then what happened? See, severed, severing. This cartoon is severed. What did the boy notice? What did the boy notice? The boy over here is actually Robert. Okay, what did Robert notice? Robert noticed the boy on the boat was not wearing many clothes. So here you can get the meaning of moment and severed. I hope you got about this paragraph of a film shoot. The first paragraph of a film shoot. Now can we go to next? I hope you are ready for that. Okay, let's move. One more meaning is there. Noticed. Saw. Okay. Just then, he heard a cry. He heard a sound. Cry. A loud sound. Cry. Help! Help! The cry was coming from the river. Who heard it? Robert. Who heard the cry? Robert. Robert heard the cry. Help! Help! As you can see here in the picture animation, a boy is drawing. The cry was coming from the river. Robert looked down. The boy was in water. His boat was floating away. What did the boy say? Help! Help! Floating. Floating means moving slowly and lightly in the water or in the air. The boat went, floating away, moved away. The boat was gone and the boy was there asking help, help. He called. Who called? The boy on the boat. The boy was on the boat before, but the boat was gone and the boy was drowning and asking for help. What did the boy say? Help, help. Okay, help, help, the boy said. Then, what happened next? Are you curious to know? Yes, of course, isn't it? Let's see what happened next. Robert was a good swimmer. Robert could swim properly. That's why he was a good swimmer, okay? Taking off is removing clothes from the body. So he had to jump into the river, in the water. That's why he removed the clothes. Taking off his coat. He removed his coat. He dived into the river. Then dived means jumped into the river. He jumped into the river. In a matter of seconds, he reached the boy. He could go and catch the boy. Why? Because he was a good swimmer. Fastly he went to the boy. So in a matter of seconds, he could reach the boy. Don't worry, he said as he caught hold of him. He he cut, he hold. I'll soon get you out of the water. He was telling, I'll soon get you out of the water. It means I'll save you. म बचाउँछु तिमीलाई, don't worry, he was saying. बचाउँछु, I will take you out of the water. What do you think? Was he happy? Dived means jumped into the water. Okay, let's find out whether he got happy to be safe from the incident or not. Then, but it means contrasting idea. But the boy began shouting at him. The boy began shouting at him. Robert could not understand him. Robert could not understand why the boy was shouting at him. Shouting, saying something loudly. He was saying something to Robert, but Robert could not get it. He started to swim towards the river bank. Okay, he started to swimming towards. Who started? The boy? Was it a boy? No, Robert. What did the boy do at Robert? Shouting. He was shouting, right? He was shouting at Robert. But he started to swim towards river bank, to the bank, side of the river, dragging. Dragging means pulling, as you can see here. Dragging, okay? Dragging, pulling something. Here, who was being dragged? The boy. The boy was being dragged with him, but at that moment, he saw a large motorboat. Large boat. He saw a boat. Okay, here you can see motorboat. Motorboat, also called powerboat. Motorboat is also called a powerboat, a relatively small watercraft pushed by an electric engine. Okay, such type of boat that floats on water. So motorboat under the bridge. He saw a large motorboat under the bridge. There were several people on the boat, not only one. It was maybe a little bit bigger than this, or where many people could sit. यो भन्दा अलि ठुलो होला, धेरैजना अट्ने. Several people were there, because several people were there looking in his direction. In his direction mean where Robert and the boy they were in their side. The boat was coming to them. उनीहरुको नजिक आउँदै थियो. Robert decided to swim towards the boat. Then Robert decided to swim towards the boat. Then, "Give me your hand," he shouted. "Give me your hand," he shouted as he neared the boat. He looked up and saw that people looked angry. And the people on the boat were really angry. Why do you think they were angry? There is the reason. Okay, there is the reason why they got angry. The people on the boat helped the boy. People on the boat have the boy pulled out, okay, and wrapped. You can see wrapped, wrapped. Covered in something. Wrapped means wrap the boy in a blanket. Wrap the boy in the blanket, but they did not think to help Robert. Actually, they must have helped the Robert if Robert really helped the boy. But did he help? Let's find it out. That's the interesting thing over here. "Aren't you going to pull me out too?" asked Robert. Robert asked. Robert was just surprised because he was not being pulled out of the river. That's why he asked, Aren't you going to pull me out too?" And what was the answer? Do you know? The answer was, you, said one of the men. There were many men, and one of the men said, you. Robert saw that he was standing next to a large camera. He was standing next to the large camera. You, we were making a film, and you spoiled a whole afternoon's work. You can stay in water. Ruined. Spoiled means ruined, destroyed. खेर गयो हैन, सबै यो गरेको काम चाहिँ खेर गयो, spoiled. Why? Because it was shooting. So Robert was not helping at all to the boy. From boy's point of view, Robert thought he was helping, but from boy's point of view, it was not, because it was just a shooting. Okay, so this was the story. So did you get that? What happened over there? Robert saw a boy was drowning, that's why he tried to save him, brought to the river bank or took him to the motorboat, but there he found that it was just a shooting. Okay, wasn't that fun? Right. Okay, so now we are just making a reading. Okay, let's read this text once again. All of you, please read with me. We are just making a reading to the text of Film Shoot. All of you read with me. Okay. It was a cold winter's afternoon. It was a cold winter's afternoon. Robert stopped for a moment as he crossed the river bridge. He looked down at the river below. There were not many boats on the river, but just below the bridge, there was a boat with a boy in it. He was not wearing many clothes, Robert noticed. He shivered and walked on. Just then he heard a cry, "Help! Help!" The cry was coming from the river. Robert looked down. The boy was in the water and his boat was floating away. "Help! Help!" he called again. Robert was a good swimmer. Taking off his coat, he dived into the river. In a matter of seconds, he reached the boy. "Don't worry," he said, as he caught hold of him. "I will soon get you out of water." But the boy began shouting at him. Robert could not understand him. He started to swim towards the bank, dragging the boy with him. But at that moment, he saw a large motor boat under the bridge. There were several people on the boat looking in his direction. Robert decided to swim towards the boat. "Give me your hand," he shouted as he neared the boat. He looked up, saw that people looked angry. The people on the boat helped the boy and wrapped in a blanket, but they did nothing to help Robert. Aren't you going to pull me out too?" Robert asked. "You?" said one of men. Robert saw that he was standing next to a large camera. "You, we were making a film and you spoiled a whole afternoon's work. You can stay there in the water." Okay, so we have done with our reading section. Now moving towards exercise. We are doing exercises related to the reading, related to the text that we read just before. Are you ready? Okay, let's start with our exercise A, that is match the words with their meanings. Let's read the words. Moment, severed, floating, taking off, dived into, dragging, wrapped, spoiled. Okay, these are the words used in the story. We have already read the meaning. Now it is much more easier for you to match, right? So here are the meanings. Jumped into water, covered in something, damaged something, pulling something, a very short period of time. What is it? A very short period of time. Soon we will come to know. Removing clothes from body. What is it? Shook slightly because of cold. Moving slowly and lightly in the water or in the air. Okay, let's match. I know you are very excited because you know meaning already. We have practiced in the text. So without killing the time, let's match moment. It matches with, yes, a very short period of time is called moment. Now let's move to number B. Severed. What is it? It is VII. Shook slightly because of cold. Shivering. Okay? Shivering. Number C. Floating. Floating means VII. Moving slowly and lightly in the water or in the air. Number D. Taking off. What is taking off? Taking off means removing clothes from body. Number E. Dived into. What is it? Yes. Jumped into the water. Jumped is dived. Number F. Dragging. Dragging. What is it? Yes. Pulling something. Number G. Wrapped. Wrapped. What is it? Yes. Covered. Now finally we have one word that is spoiled, and obviously only one option left. That is damage something. Okay, so we have done with exercise A as well. Let me clap for those who have done or who have guessed correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wonderful job. Now let's move to next exercise. What is that? Let's see. B. Okay, now complete the sentences with the above words. A. She bought a mobile phone to give her father on his birthday, and it is same words that we matched just before. Same words we have to fill up over here. Eat with paper, birthday gift with paper. So what's the word? Yes, that is wrapped, wrapping. Number B. The rain has dirtied my book. What has done? What could rain do with the book? Obviously, it could spoiled. The rain had spoiled my book. Okay, let's move to number C. Are you ready? Okay, here it goes. Number C. Please wait for me. I'm coming in a. Please wait for me. I'm coming in a moment. Obviously, moment. Number D. Look, the paper boat is on the water. What is the answer? Floating. Wonderful guess. Okay, wonderful. Number E. His clothes are wet. He is taking off his clothes. Wait, that's why. Busy ko cha, that's why. Taking off his clothes. F. She is a good swimmer. Good swimmer. She did not the river and crossed it easily. So before crossing the river, what she should do? She should dive into it. She is a good swimmer. She dived into the river and crossed it easily. Number G. Look, the man is a branch of a tree. What it could be? Dragging. Yes, the man is dragging a branch of a tree. Number H. Are you ready for H? Okay, let's do it. He was wearing a thin cotton shirt. He in cold. In cold, only cotton shirt. What might be going on? Shivering. Okay, he was shivering. We have done with H number. Okay, we have done with this exercise as well. Let's give a huge round of applause to us. We have completed this exercise. Now let's move to the next. Okay, number C. It is choose the correct answer. Starting with number A, choosing exercise. When Robert heard, help, help, he was still options. Still on the bridge, still. It was there standing, not moving. Still is not moving. Number I, looking at the river, taking off his clothes. So what was he doing when he heard the help, help? Okay, so the right answer is looking at the river. He was looking at the river, right? Number B. Robert dived into the river to swim, to get his coat, to save the boy. What is it? Obviously, to save the boy. Number C. The people on the boat were happy with Robert, were angry with Robert, were sad with Robert. What was it? Were angry. They were angry. Why? Because all their work was spoiled. Okay, it was done. Just 3 questions. Now let's move to number D. Put these words expression in the correct rows. So we have expressions like winter, Robert, a boy, a bridge, afternoon. Robert dragged the boy, a river, he spoiled the film. We have to fit this in this table. If this word is of time of day or year, we have to put it over here. Or if it is name of the place, we have to keep here. Or if it is a people, then we have to keep over here. And if it is event, then we have to keep in this last space. Now let's start with winter. What is it? Winter is the time of year. Time of the year. Winter, summer, winter, autumn, right? Time of the year. What about Robert? What is it? Robert is people, person. A boy is also a person. What about bridge? Bridge is, what did you say? Okay, yes, it is a place. Afternoon, obviously it is time of the day. Rover dragged the boy. So it's a little bit longer, right? So it is neither the time nor place or the people. Instead, it is an event. Rover dragged a boy. A river. A river is here. It goes places. He spoiled the film. What is it? Yes, as we told about Robert dragged the boy, it is also longer. He spoiled the film. So obviously it is also an event. Okay, so wonderfully we have done number D as well. Now let's see anything left. Okay, one more activity is left. Read the story again, retell it to your friends in your own words. Okay, so we have read the story twice, once explained, once we read. Now it is easy for us to tell to our friends, right? So we could remember the story, and we just remember and tell it orally. Okay, what happened? Who was there? Who was the center character? First of all, we have to remember. Okay, Robert. Yes, Robert was the center character, and then remember the event. What happened? It was school time. He was walking by the bridge. Then he was looking there in the water, and there he saw a boy on the boat. What happened then? When he was about to go from there, what happened then? He heard help, help, right? The boy was shouting for help, and then what happened? He came back, saw the moment. As he was a good swimmer, he took off his clothes and he jumped, dived into the water, and then dragged the boy towards the bank. Then what happened? He saw a motorboat at that time, and then again he took a boy to the motorboat. When they reached over there, the boy was rescued, but robot was not, right? The robot was not rescued, but he was told that when he said to take him also out of the water, the people on the boat, they were really angry. Why were they angry? Because it was a film suit, and robot did not know he saved the boy, but it was not the boy was not drowning at all. Okay, in this way you can retell the story to your friends, explain the story to your friends, and enjoy it again. Or you can share such kind of any stories, real event stories, you can share with your friends. So we have come to the end of today's class. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the story and the events that I shared with you. And yes, please remember all the vocabularies or highlighted in the text, as we did in the exercise as well. Remember all the vocabulary works and the exercises, and don't forget to retell the stories to your friends and family. This much for today. Namaste.